mind one thought at a time. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the premiere episode of the Changing Minds Online series, Unlock Your Code. This is Jessica, and I'm here with my amazing co-host. We are so excited to launch this series. This person is a successful network marketer and personal development coach. She's created over 7 figures in network marketing. She's an international speaker and a best-selling author. She has over 20 years of experience in the health and wellness industry and has helped thousands of people all around the globe get healthy. She's recently partnered with the Integrative Genetic Solutions, and she is so excited to bring this amazing technology to our audience and to our listeners. This has helped her already to truly transform her life, and she's here to explain how we can use the technology to transform ours. It's an honor to welcome Lisa De Mayo onto the call. Welcome, Lisa.
Oh, yes, thank you so much for that awesome introduction.
Absolutely. So what made you decide to partner with IGS, and what does IGS stand for?
IGS is Integrated Genetic Solutions. We are a software company. And interestingly enough, when I got the phone call to take a look at this, as always, I was extremely apprehensive. As you said, I am very successful in network marketing. I love the company I'm with, and I love what I do. However, there was this moment in time where I just wasn't feeling right. So you talk about the perfect storm of opportunity. I'm on these incredible, life-changing products from a company that I work at and believe in network marketing. And I didn't know what was going on. And all of a sudden, I just wasn't feeling my best. And I started saying to some of the people in my company, are you feeling this way? Is it just me? Maybe I'm coming down with something. Maybe I'm just, it was just too much stress at one point in my life and it's catching up. I couldn't figure out what it was. And then my friends are all saying, oh, well, this is what happens in your 40s. It's normal. You have 3 kids. You went through a divorce. This is all normal to feel like this. We feel the same way. You're going to gain weight now that you're older. And what I was struggling with was I'm on these incredible products. I've easily maintained my weight. I have an enormous amount of energy. Why all of a sudden was I starting to feel this way? And then I got a call from a very dear friend of mine. Her name is Donna Natra, and she started telling me about this software program. And she said, Lisa, I really think you should take a look at this. And, of course, my first question was, is this a network marketing company? Because I am all good. I am never leaving the company I'm with. And she said, no, it's nothing to do with network marketing. It's a software company. And when she started to explain to me how this algorithm worked, the first thing I said is, I want to have a test done. I want to see what's going on with my body. So that's how I first became intrigued. And then, of course, I'm now the director of marketing for this company based on my own results.
Wow, Lisa, that's amazing. So how did you go from being a consumer of the software, and what does that look like, and what does that really mean? But how did you transition from going to be a patient to then deciding that this is where you want to do it in terms of your next marketing, and why are you marketing this product?
And that's the $1 million question right there. Everybody's asking me, why would you get involved with something else? You're so successful with what you're doing. And it was because I couldn't have people get on the product that I use and say the product no longer work. When in fact, sometimes our bodies are no longer working at their optimal level. So what does going through the program look like? Well, IGS is a software program, and our founder, John Orban, created an algorithm that could measure your body chemistry and blood. And this whole thing, DNA, body chemistry, can be computed within 30 minutes. So integrative doctors have been using this approach. If you're not feeling well, they'll take blood samples and DNA samples through saliva and blood, and they're able to analyze how your body's working. Well, this program can condense that with just a click of a mouse. So once I had my blood drawn and gave my saliva, when my results came in, it was about 4 weeks later, I found out I had a host of issues that I would never, ever have known. So it was able to give the doctor a computation of my body versus your body, Jess, and then say, okay, she needs a certain amount of this. She needs a certain amount of that. The algorithm figures all the math out. And then through that, the doctors can prescribe a personalized compound specific to me. So I use my baseline products, which I absolutely love. And by the way, they're working now that my body's working the way that they used to. But I realized my body was so out of whack because of the aging process, because of stress, because of the amount of I exercise, running around with 3 children, because I did go through a divorce. It kept pushing my body way out of limits, out of normal range. But what happens is in our society, we buy each other's stories all the time. I'm so stressed out, so am I. I'm so busy, I know. It's a great day if I leave the house with 3 kids and I come home with 3 kids. Oh, I know, I get that. I'm working, 2 jobs, I'm creating. And we're all saying this, and we buy into each other's stories. But when was the last time anybody had their body chemistry tested or their DNA tested or looked to see if their body was functioning at an optimal level, and then took the time to go see an integrative doctor who participates in these kinds of programs to have a personalized nutraceutical or pharma-grade nutraceutical for them? So they looked at my current baseline, the products that they were on, and said, okay, but based on your body, you have issues metabolizing, and then they gave me a list. And this is way too high, and this is way too low. So by compounding a nutraceutical specific to you and working with bioidentical hormone replacement, keep your baseline product, but let's round it off to see if you feel different. And I was on the program for about 4 weeks. And what I started to realize, I'm not foggy. I'm sleeping better than I was. And I had been sleeping great on with my previous company's products. But all of a sudden, it was like 4:30 in the morning, I'd start waking up. And I didn't have any idea that had to do with adrenal fatigue. I didn't know about these spikes in cortisol that can happen regardless of how great the products I were on were. My body was so out of whack. So it helps to treat the symptom and help prevent what could get worse down the road. So it really gives us an opportunity to have a roadmap to unlock the code and see what's missing, what could bring us to a whole nother level of mental acuity or physical activity or reducing stress, deeper sleep, increased stamina. So that's what the program is designed to do. And how this helps doctors, it drastically reduces the amount of time that they would have to sit and figure out all of these calculations. So once they draw blood and they get the DNA samples, they put it into the system, and the system computes it for them, and they have a printout for personalized care.
That's amazing, Lisa. I love this, and one of the things I love most about it is one of the questions I always have is, well, how many vitamins should I take as a runner, right? Sometimes I'm running ultra marathons, and I know I'm putting more demands on my body, and I'm thinking, okay, in a training season, should I be using more nutrition? And we go through these different cycles. We know as women, especially, our hormones are constantly changing, and what our body requires is always changing. So is this something that you do once, or is this something that you're part of an ongoing process?
I love that question, Jess. And just like going to the gym and just like consuming other products that are amazing for you each and every day, the same works for the IGS program. So about every 90 days, I have my blood tested and retested, and here's why. Our DNA never changes. We're born with our DNA, our roadmap. But our body chemistry changes all the time. We're always evolving. So there's different amounts of stress in our lives at different times. There's, we age. There's so much that's changing constantly. So once we have the roadmap, there's a certain protocol that you would know if you're going to follow a certain food program, what works for one body type versus another, how we metabolize certain drugs, etc. That doesn't change. Our DNA is our roadmap. So that gives a doctor an incredible overview of how to treat this patient. But now the body chemistry changes every 90 days. So or changes daily. So in 90 days, they can see how a patient's reacting. Is this the program that they're on? Is this personalized medicine still working for them the same way in 90 days? So I'll get my blood checked every 90 days or so, and then sometimes they need to tweak my protocol, my personalized, based on whatever's going on in my body at that time. And I'm very, very interested to see how I fare over the summer, because I know in the winter I become far more deficient in certain vitamins simply because I'm not exercising as much, I'm not outdoors, it gets darker early. I personally feel the difference. So I'm curious to see come late spring the comparison between this year and last year of where I will be.
So I can totally relate to that. I personally have, in the past, had seasonal affective disorder, and I found I was constantly tired in the winter. And when I found out is that it really just was a matter of lacking vitamin D levels due to not being outside. And it's wonderful now that people have this powerful tool to really take their life and their health into their own hands and know that they deserve to feel their best all the time, not just sometimes. And really the world deserves to see the best of them all the time. So I know I want to have this done. So if someone like me is listening tonight and saying, wow, this sounds great, I really want to be part of this, how can we find out more information?
You can go to our website, which is integratedgeneticsolutions.com. All of the doctors that are currently participating in the program are on our website, and you basically would choose the doctor that's in closest proximity to you. I would say if you call now, we have some doctors that still have a waiting list, and you want to be urgent about it. Call now and set up an appointment. And then from the time you set up the appointment, you get your first blood results back. That takes about 4 weeks because of the DNA component. So if you wait 2 weeks, now you're looking at 6 weeks before you can be seen. And once you go through the program, I personally would never go off of it. Why wouldn't I want to know what's going on in my body and treating it as it changes to prevent whatever could be down the road? So they can go to integratedgeneticsolutions.com, and all of our information is there. If you want to send us some information through the website, you could do that as well. And I'm going to spell it out. It's INTEGRATEDGENETIC Solutions, SOLUTIONS.com, and all your answers and all of the answers to your questions about how to get started are right there. Or you could also follow us on our Facebook page, which is Integrated Genetic Solutions.
That's awesome, Lisa. Thank you for sharing that information with us. And we also are excited to let our audience know that we're going to be releasing a podcast once a week, and we're going to be sharing with some of the doctors. We're going to invite them onto the call, and they're going to be sharing exactly how they can support you. And that'll also help you find a doctor that uses this technology that you can relate to and specializes in the area of health that you're looking to improve. So I'm so excited about that, Lisa. And how would someone who's listening to this call, who's a doctor, who's curious on how they can find out more and possibly use this in their practice, how can they find out that information, Lisa?
There's also an opportunity on the website for doctors to contact us, which it's incredible, Jessica. We're getting as many doctors contacting us as we are patients. And I believe once this series gets started and people start to see the caliber of doctors we have, some of the top names in integrated medicine, and we started in New York City, which is really not an easy demographic to get into, and it really just started a snowball effect. So if doctors are interested and they're looking to start to incorporate personalized medicine, they could certainly contact either my Facebook page, Lisa Livoti, Livoti De Mayo, and you could certainly send me an inbox, or you can find us on the Integrated Genetic Solutions Facebook page or on our website, or simply Google IGS for Integrated Genetic Solutions, IGS, and we will get back to you.
Awesome. Well, Lisa, I am so looking forward to not only really co-hosting the series with you and sharing so much with our audience, but getting this system done, and I really want to be part of this. So thank you so much for sharing with us tonight.
You're so welcome, Jessica. And, interestingly enough, there have been many articles in Financial Times and Wall Street Journal talking about personalized medicine. And recently, somebody who we all know and love from Shark Tank was talking about personalized medicine and said, if you're not in some way involved in this, or at least getting treated that way, it's really unthinkable or unimaginable at this point in time. And I read a quote, and it said, in this day and age, ignorance is a choice. I was like, wow, think about that. If you have an opportunity to really look inside your body and know what's going on and be treated for your body versus somebody else, why wouldn't everyone want to be armed with that knowledge, knowing that hospitals pre-surgery are now asking for these tests to be done, and they want to know this. And this will become the way of the future. So we're giving people an opportunity to get started now, and there isn't anything else out there like this program. So within 30 minutes, you can have exactly what it is that you want to know written out for you in black and white. So, Jess, I just want to thank you so much for starting this series and having me on and really having these brilliant minds get on this program and share what it is that they do and how this program is a perfect complement to their incredible practices already. And I think for all the listeners out there, what's truly going to inspire all of them, when you hear these doctors speak and when you see who is on board with this program, you will absolutely be fascinated and want to know what it is you need to know about your body. And like we say all the time, you never know how bad you feel until you start to feel good. So I think everybody deserves that feeling.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree anymore, Lisa. And on that note, I think that's a wonderful way to end our call for this evening. I look forward to doing another call next week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. And have a great night, Lisa, and thank you again for being on the call.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.